So why most of your goals are wrong and what the real goal is. That's what we want to talk about today. And it's not just yours, but most of humanity's goals are wrong. And I want to tell it by way of a story that I love. It's often a Zen farmer or a monk or something in these stories. But there's this parable of this farmer, this Zen farmer, and this man comes to the farmer and he says to him, I would like to get a job, sir. Do you have any jobs for me? And the farmer says, I can give you a job, but I'm not going to pay you. What do you really need, or what do you really want? And the man says, well, okay, I need the money. Can you give me some money? And the farmer says, I can give you the money, but you can't spend it. What do you really need? What do you really want? The man thinks for a minute. He goes, well, I need food. Can you give me food? I need the money to buy the food. I need the job to get the money. So food is what I really want and need. It's like, I can give you food, but you can't eat it. What do you really need? What do you really want? And now the man is flustered, frustrated, and he thinks about it for a long time, and he goes, well, I need food, I need shelter because I'm afraid and I feel unsafe, and it'll make me feel like satisfied, fulfilled, at peace. And the farmer goes, so you need peace. And the man's like, yes. The farmer's like, beautiful. Unfortunately, I can't give that to you because it's already inside of you. And so here's the thing. We've been conditioned to believe that the way we feel, the joy, the power, the confidence, the fulfillment, the gratitude, the peace, all of that has something to do with some outer condition. That we must purchase our peace or joy through some change in our conditions. And the truth is self-evident. If I gave you $1 million, you'd feel powerful, confident, joyful. Where did that come from? When you touched the money, did it secrete some kind of essence that filled you up with power? Of course not. If I called you up and said you won the lottery, $10 million, you'd be overjoyed. If I called you up a minute later and said, oops, my mistake, wrong person, you'd be depressed, deflated, worse than before. And then if I called you up again and said, oh my God, I'm so wrong, you actually did win it. First you wouldn't trust me, but then you'd be overjoyed again. Where did all of that come from? Where did the joy, the power, the confidence come from? It came from you. There was something in your story, in your belief, mainly being that a change in conditions was what you needed, that allowed you to have access and to activate the joy, the power, the peace, the love, the gratitude, the confidence that was always in you. But you had been conditioned, and most of us have been conditioned to believe that we must change our conditions, that we must purchase our freedom and our peace through some change in conditions. And most human beings are striving and struggling in the huddled masses, trying to change conditions, believing that's what will finally make them free. And the truth is, it never does. It's the horizon line that you run towards, and you never reach it. And this is also why Jesus said, when they're like, Master, how are we going to get food and clothes and all of these things? What are we going to do? And he said, stop worrying about all that stuff. Stop taking thought for all those things, but instead seek first the kingdom of heaven within you and its righteousness, and all those things will be added unto you. Now, this isn't a religious statement. This isn't a statement of Christianity. First of all, Jesus wasn't a Christian. He was a Jew, a little provocative. But the point was, it's a principle. He was saying, get connected to the real source. The joy, the peace, the safety, the security, the support, the supply. It's in you. But your energy of looking outside of you, your drive believing it's outside of you, is cutting you off from the source of everything that you want. And we now understand in quantum physics that all of life is energy. All of life is ultimately consciousness. And so when you feel joy, when you feel peaceful, when you feel powerful, when you feel safe and secure and supported, that's not just a state of mind. That's not just an emotional state. It's a frequency, it's a signal that manifests experiences that match it. So the real substance of your wealth is not dollars and jobs, stocks and bonds, cabbages or kings. The real source of your wealth is the signal of whatever wealth would make you feel. You following me? So if it makes you feel happy, secure, safe, powerful, go there. It doesn't matter if you have a job. It doesn't matter if you have a partner to feel loved, validated, appreciated, powerful. It doesn't matter if the world validates you. It doesn't matter where you are planted, on what side of the tracks, in what economy. What produces your experience, the added things, is your connection to your source, is that frequency or signal. It's like the radio station analogy I use. Your favorite music is already playing right where you are. You're being bombarded by a sea of signals, frequencies, but you're not manifesting it until you tune your dial to the station, to the frequency where that music is playing. When your frequency matches and becomes that frequency, that station becomes manifest. You didn't have to wait for it. You didn't have to run down the street to find it. It's right where you are, but it's not a manifest station until your signal is in alignment with it. Well, the same thing is true with everything else in your life. That abundance, that beat of abundance, that rhythm of joy, that symphony of success, it's broadcasting right where you are fully. It has nothing to do with anyone or anything outside of you, but has everything to do with you coming into alignment with that signal. And so what I would invite you to do right now is look at something you're striving or struggling to create. That wealth, that health, that love, that family, that business. And use the creative tool of imagination, of visualization, to feel what it feels like. To tap into that frequency and begin to fill your body with it. And then begin to radiate it. Begin to generate it. Begin to shine it into every area of your life and bless everyone and everything with it. So the first step is you're filling yourself with it. The second step is you're giving it away. And then begin to look for all the places in your life where it activates that same signal, and begin to put more of that in your life so that you can receive it. Now, what I've just described to you is the law of circulation. You cannot give what you don't have. You cannot keep what you don't give. And you cannot sustain what you don't receive. But what you're keeping, what you're giving, what you're receiving is a feeling tone, is a signal. So take some time to write this down, and instead of just striving and struggling for the false goal outside of you, begin to make, as part of your practice, developing and cultivating the real goal of those feelings, of those qualities inside of you. And watch as those obstacles dissolve, as you begin to make a way where no way appeared to be, as all the years you think you've wasted are given back to you, and life begins to rise to meet you, the seas part, and a path is made straight for you to follow. I'm telling you what I know. It's one of the best kept secrets. It's the pearl of great price. It's the good news. Do this today. Do this now. And let me know how it goes. Post on my social media. Let me know how this is going, and let me support you, because I'm committed to getting you so connected to your source again, so activated in your power again, that you can finally live the destiny that you're here, and together we can create a world that works for the highest good of all. Are you in? I hope so. So until next time, remember to live authentically, love unconditionally, and follow your destiny.